Hey YouTube, it's that dude named Dave and welcome to my channel. Before we get started, we have to do my price of admission for these videos. Like, subscribe, and the bell notification below. I see you guys are watching my videos, but you're all not sub yet. So let me help you by helping me out here. Give you guys a few seconds to do this. Okay, a few seconds, we have that out the way. We don't do long intros here. So today's video, we're coming back to Kevin Samuels. He had a young woman calling in from Miami looking for a husband, and he was asking the salary requirements for this man. Is it $85,000? Does she want a $100,000 man? $250,000? Maybe $1 million. So we're gonna get to the video. We're gonna let Kevin cook in. We're gonna try to make this make sense.
Because it makes women actually ask, and you see how they squirm. You're squirming, and I'm just asking, how much are you going to charge? Meaning, how much does your man have to make annually for you to choose to be submissive to him?
Before we get started here, I've been getting a lot of kill comments because women are actually not reading, not actually watching the videos, and there's some men who are beta who want to come out the woodwork and say some crazy stuff here. So I want to pose the comments early here. She's an attractive woman. Would you put her in adjustable 6? Is she an 8 or she is a 9? Here's a better question because some of my comments here. Does she compete with Kelly and Beyonce? Because she is an attractive woman, yo. She is kind of holding. So for the women that wants to kill me, watch the whole video. Now, let's get to the video.
Over 6 figures.
Here we go.
What does that mean, man? Over 6 figures?
Over $100,000 a year.
All right. I'm really trying to be patient. I'm about to not be.
Okay.
And if that happens, it won't be because I haven't tried.
I understand.
Over 6 figures. Put it in a ballpark, ma'am, an approximation.
Oh, approximately
No,
over
ma'am,
100.
give me a number. Closer.
Give you a number?
To the nearest $10,000.
Direct question, direct answer.
Let's say $250,000 a year.
What state do you live in?
Florida.
What city?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
City?
Miami.
Okay.
Woo boy. In my videos lately, if y'all been following, you know there's been a range of women that wants the $100,000 marker. And she stated initially over 100,000, but Kevin wants to be direct. And that's what we do here as men. Direct questions require direct answers. We don't want the vagueness, especially for my comment section here. So she wants $250,000 a year. Fellas, in my comments, how many of my men here are making this kind of money here? And ladies, I want to know from y'all, do y'all actually have this kind of man married to already? Oh boy, this is starting off bad already, but let's get back to the video.
You want children?
Yes.
How many?
2.
Do you want to be a housewife or do you want to have to work?
I work, but I'd like
Do you want to be a housewife or do you want to have to work?
I'd like to be a housewife.
Okay. $250,000 in Florida don't go very far with family of 5.
Correct. But I do make
Housewife don't make nothing.
You get that?
Yeah.
If you're a housewife, you're not getting paid.
See, this is a good question for you guys to ask women because you see how they're trying to do the calculations, and what they're really saying is, I charge a hell of a lot of money to submit, but I don't want to say it because it sounds bad.
You're right.
But y'all don't mind charging it.
You hear that? It sounds bad when you say it out loud. Ladies, you know what you're required and what you're asking for. We see it every day. You guys turn down the average man so you can get the high value man or the high earning man. But when you say it out loud, it don't sound as good, does it? You see how that works here? She even admitted to it. 250,000. Ooh, you know, it doesn't sound as good when you say it out loud because you know what? It sounds like you're being unreasonable. But let's get back to the video.
I mean, I would like a financially stable man. I personally have set that tone. I want a man that makes a certain level of income so I can cook and be in my feminine place.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you, okay, so like I said earlier, when I was talking to people. How did you set your price?
I set.
How did you set your price? Yeah, because you said you were like a man who does X, Y, and Z. How did you set that number?
How did I set that number? I looked at the cost of living where I live and what I make and what I would want from my man to make from the very first date.
And you're 27?
Yes.
Did you go to college?
Yes.
What's your degree in?
Communication and conflict.
Oh, communications.
What do you do for a profession?
I would do e-commerce. I own e-commerce brands doing around 7 to 8 figures a year.
Okay, if you're not lying, you are making quite a bit of stack. She's getting it. So we got an attractive woman, 27 years old, who is making a very good salary here. But when we hear that as men, do we hear red flags right away? Especially being in Miami. She makes this kind of money, which means she's requiring the man that she wants to make this kind of money here. Let's get a little bit further here. Let's get back to the video.
So, you set your femininity price based upon what you want your man to make based upon your income.
No. Well, yes and no, because I'm not looking
Be
for
honest.
a man to make equal or greater income, but I am looking for him to make enough to
Man,
sustain the
you
lifestyle.
he has to make more money.
Well, he has to make enough for the lifestyle I'm looking for.
Right.
The lifestyle
And
you're
what is
looking
that?
for.
A Lux lifestyle?
At least $250,000 a year.
$250,000 a year today with no children. That's what you're not adding.
Yes, today with
See, what they're basically, no offense, but y'all don't think about anything else other than yourselves. He has a lifestyle. He has to pay for your lifestyle, and he has to pay for these kids. So how much is he going to need to make to
Probably
replace
double.
your income?
Probably double that, honestly. If we're being realistic.
Well, if you're a business person and you're charging for your feminine submission, don't you think you should know how much a man needs to make to afford it?
Yes.
Because you said 250, and I just said not in Miami, but you're
You're
talking
right.
like a single woman.
He's making a great point because women want to throw out a large astronomical number because it sounds right. It feels good. It's a big enough number to maybe take care of me and he can do what he needs to do here. But when have you actually done the research? When you have done the analysis to find out, you know what though? Inflation is high here. We're about over 8% on inflation. You know, cost of goods, groceries, you know, buying clothes, things of that nature. And then housing, taxes. Everything is going up. So how do I equate all that to find a man that I want here? And so what women are doing is just throwing this crazy nice round number, and it sounds right. And I think if I find this man, I can live comfortably for the rest of my days to fix my lavish lifestyle. But here's the thing. How many women actually live this kind of lifestyle now? Because she says, I need to fund my lifestyle. Now, we'll be clear here. The fact that if she does make a lot of money, and if she's actually being honest, how many women are actually making the income that she does? Y'all not, because the average woman is making $37,000 a year. If you don't believe me, look it up. I'm tired of ladies coming in my comment section who don't like my stats. If you don't like it, then look it up, bring your sources, then come back to me, and then we'll have dialogue here. But can we make this make sense here? Let's get back to the video, see if this gets any worse.
You're
You're
right,
on the
being
market.
modest. I was being modest, but
That
I
wouldn't
Being
be
modest.
Modest. I just don't think.
Ooh, whoa.
Given the number, factoring in kids and what it's going to cost.
correct.
So how much is a man going to need to make then for your submission?
At least 7 figures in my lifestyle.
7 figures. Now, what does your mother and father do for a living?
My dad buys and sells private jets and refurbishes them.
What did your mom do?
My mom was a traditional housewife.
Okay.
So your dad buys and sells, refurbishes planes, and now he has to make $1 million a year. Oh my Lord, family. Can y'all make this sense here? We have gone in our videos to 100,000 a year. You know, then now he has to make $250,000. Now we need the 7-figure brothers. How many men are making $1 million a year? Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Ladies, you really are requiring this here? How many women are actually looking for $1 million guy and thinking you're actually going to catch him? Let's keep this thing going here. Let's get back to the video.
Did your mother raise you to be a traditional housewife?
Yes.
Seriously? Look at Kev.
I was raised to cook. No matter what time
That's it?
I will say that I was raised
Just
to cook
cooking?
breakfast every day.
Traditional housewives don't run e-commerce businesses.
Correct.
Traditional housewives generally are married before 25.
Correct. I don't know why I paused.
Traditional housewives are generally married before 25.
Oh, something going on with her.
There you go. Correct.
Okay, she's
and
back.
Then what ethnicity do you want your husband to be?
Preferably a minority. Preferably.
Oh, goddamn. I
What
said
the hell?
ethnicity. Why can't you?
A minority.
Ethnicity would be if he was
Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, or other. Which one?
Come on.
preferably black.
See? Is that hard?
Now, I want you guys to understand something. Men are very simple communicators, direct. And I want you guys to go through my videos and listen to how many times I ask a direct question and I get some vague bullshit indirect answer. This is the technique women typically do to try to frustrate men to get out of our frame. It's a control tactic. It's what girls learn in order to, and it's when they learn this as little girls to exert their influence. You know exactly what you're doing. I'm just calling it out. It's not cute, it's not funny. It's really not, but I'll do this because
I'm pausing here. What is so hard to say that you want a black man who's a millionaire? You know why? Because when you say it out loud, it sounds freaking crazy because there's not that many millionaires in the world, let alone black millionaires. So you're coming out the gate saying, you know what? 6-figure brother? Nah, let me get this 7-figure guy. And you know what it sounds like? Being delusioned by the entertainers and athletes that we see on TV, thinking that we have so many of them out here in the streets. And another thing here too, your dad sells and refurbishes planes. Is he at the Catalina wine mixer every year? For my people, y'all know what I'm talking about here. It's the Catalina wine fucking mixer. That's part of the reason why she's acting like this here. Let's get back to the video.
you think you're getting something out of it, but you
No,
know the
I-
question
I-
I'm asking. Answer ethnicity, a minority. When
No,
you
I
say-
prefer a black man.
Then why not just say that first?
Just say it. Say it, ladies. That's what you want. A black
I'm more
millionaire.
comfortable, So
Excuse me?
I said I'm getting more comfortable. So I'll
Are
be
you
Jordan.
black?
Yes,
Then why not just say black?
Right.
you're right.
Oh my God.
Black man making over $1 million.
Right. How many of those in this country?
Less than 1%.
Way less.
Give me a number.
Kev wants to know.
Number, probably less than 10,000. It's probably a very small number.
Yeah, very small. How old do you think they typically are?
Over 25.
Oh! Look at Kev. I'm
30,
stumped too.
35. I think that's a good range for a man making 7 figures.
What?
At what age does a man hit his financial stride?
He asked that question, but just wait a second. Let that marinate. Okay, so if you think that men who are millionaires hit that at 25 to 30, that means that she expects men that make 6 figures are of that age bracket. Ladies, do y'all really think that men are making this exuberant tons of money in their mid-20s? Now it explains why so many women are single. They have no understanding of finances and understanding what men actually make in their lives. I'm tongue-tied, y'all. Well, I mean, a beautiful woman like this here, and let's just get it out the way here. People gonna say I'm simping right now. You know what? She would get the cheddar biscuits. She would get the endless shrimp. You know what I'm saying? That Red Lobster. I would pay for that. Oh yeah. But that's all she gonna get because she don't understand numbers and finances. Beautiful woman, 8, who don't know what men truly make here. Okay, we're gonna get back to the video. I digress for a second. Let's just get back into it. Maybe it gets better.
30.
Oh damn.
You
30?
tell me.
Well, ma'am, you said your mom raised you to be a traditional housewife. And you said your dad sold and bought jets. If you were raised to live in this lifestyle, I would think you would understand the economics behind it, the setup behind it. But as we talk, you were raised to be a modern woman because you're talking like one. You have a business, you want this lifestyle, Lux lifestyle, and you don't even understand. You don't speak like a woman who understands who these men are. You just know what they have. 45 to 55 is when a man hits his financial stride.
You up by 20 years.
In
So you're coming.
2022?
Excuse me?
Look.
In 2022, when there's so many different avenues.
Use the census yourself.
Okay.
That's what it is, man. How do men legally make so much money early in their career?
Legally.
Tech companies, NFTs,
Jesus
and crypto.
Oh. And
I
that's-
mean-
God damn.
And I'm saying that. I want you, ladies, and I'm glad you.
Let me pause here. The key buzzwords. He makes so much. He says he makes a lot of money because he's in crypto. He's in NFTs. Oh my God. Let me be honest here. I haven't done any money conversation this channel here. We might get into that when we do the live streams, right? But here's the thing. Do I have some investments in crypto? Yes, I do. But all in all, though, I really don't deal with the funny money. I deal with traditional, investment things of that nature. But I'm not gonna lie, I do have a little bit in the funny money. But for ladies, y'all have really fallen for the banana tailpipe if you think that all these guys are out here are rich because of the fact that they're in crypto. Now, some guys have made a bag in crypto, but the way I look at it right now, crypto is like gambling. You go to Vegas, you play the hand that you have with the money, and you're letting it ride, hoping that it hits, and then you pull out before it gets, before things hit bad. Or you have a big enough bag, you can let the dips go, and you're buying in on the low, and you watch it as it go up here. Traditional investments here, but at the end of the day, I'm looking at the crypto game, funny money, as going to Vegas, and you're rolling them dice. So for ladies, if y'all really think all these guys are making this money off crypto, you're sadly mistaken. Same thing with the NFTs. You're sadly mistaken. Y'all just hear buzzwords and thinking, oh my God, it must be this here. Wrong. No, it's not. Wrong. It's back to the video. I thought it could get better, but we can see that this video is getting even more worse.
Said that because you don't think you mean this. Y'all women, y'all think it's just magic. Y'all think that
Right.
it's just because technology exists that all of a sudden the structural limitations on higher income just went away. Just because the internet exists, smartphones, Google, crypto, and technology, does that change the percentage of men at the top?
Exactly.
I don't feel like it changes the percentage. I feel like it changes the age.
No, it doesn't. Not appreciably. Because what profession? Okay. Shaq just sold his house. 76,000 square foot house. Shaq, you know who he is, right?
Correct.
Big Diesel. Uh-huh. What profession do you think, what was the profession of the person who purchased that home? What do you think it was?
Tech. Anything internet based.
Oh God.
This fucking house is bought by a dentist.
Woo.
Are you serious? I didn't know.
Wow.
And that's the problem. You want men in this category you don't know. Like Chris Rock. I live where I live in the gay community. My next door neighbor is a dentist. What professions, what are
Man, dentists are getting it. I know Chris Rock told that joke when he moved and he had a stand-up special. Was that the one about 10, 14 years ago? Where he talks about the dentist living in the neighborhood with Mary J. Blige and Jay-Z. And that, I need to look that up. I didn't know that Shaq sold his house to a dentist. Y'all getting it. I guess because y'all got to deal with people who got the, the grills ain't right, and people got good insurance. And if you in the right area, boy, y'all living with the superstars and millionaires and athletes and entertainers. I picked the wrong field possibly here, but do you see the example that he's making? Women are not looking at the obvious here. I've overlooked it, of course, but you want to go to the athletes, entertainers, the NFTs, all that stuff like that, when your basic everyday people that you have to see, like your dentists and your regular doctors, they are getting the bag. And you guys are manipulated by all the stuff you see on TV about tech. Let's get back to the video.
What are some of the top 10 highest earning professions in this country?
Good question.
In this country, from what I was aware of, I did think it was Silicon Valley type professions, things that were software companies.
That's one industry.
One.
What other ones?
What other ones? E-commerce brands, e-commerce owners. And then obviously then you have people in the medical field, and then you have people in oil and motor and things like that, or even just automotive.
Have you ever dated a millionaire?
I have.
Seriously?
No, I have.
For marriage?
Here we go.
It didn't get that far because of my lack of submission.
Lack of submission, huh? Okay. What we got here?
I
want more.
Traditional housewife.
Right.
But I had to go to therapy. I had to learn a little bit how to take a step back and be in my feminine place. I'm not going to sit here like I didn't have an ego problem when I first started making money, like a lot of weak women.
Seriously?
Do you think that's worth $1 million?
I think that going to therapy and understanding as a woman I needed to change is worth $1 million, yes.
It was a McLaren, but the motor blew up, and the transmission got locked, and it was involved in a wreck. But because he took it to the mechanic and it made it look and almost like new, it's worth brand new prices.
I feel like you're comparing that situation if I had a child or I was married.
No, I'm comparing the situation that you're 27, you've got a lot of ego. Fine, cool, but that runs out because pretty is a dime a dozen in this world. There are plenty of pretty women who are married to men who sell insurance. Men who sell insurance. Men who make the kind of money you're talking about, what do they want more than anything else?
For me to make their life easier. And peace.
They want cooperation and peace with it, but are you peaceful?
Very peaceful. I've learned that's come on with time. It's definitely come with time.
So I want you folks to understand that $1 million is an insane amount of money to put on but you're fine. But in order to get that, you have to understand who these men are. And I've just showed you that you don't understand what they do.
And on that note, I'm going to stop the video here. This went on a long time here. I think he interviewed her for a whole hour plus. So here's what I'll do here. I'll ask the tribe here, do you want me to do a part 2 on this one here? Because there is so much. You could probably do 2 or 3 reactions to this one here. So I'm stopping this here. If you guys want more and want to see the additional of this one here, go to the comments here or hit me up, and then we'll do that in a later time. So I posed this one to the tribe, to the family, to see, do you think that this woman is delusional? Now, we understand that she's in Miami. The cost of living is so different out there, and the competition is fierce. So I asked her to say, if the competition is fierce, how can you ask for a man who is so rare? $1 million a year? let's backtrack here. We stated in so many stats here, and I'll throw them out there again if people don't like them. You can go to the CDC websites, you can go to the Census Bureau, we can go to blackdemographics.com. I gave you 3 right now. I gave you 3 sources. I want you guys to come and bring your sources now if you don't like my stats. I'll get more, but I'm gonna give you the first 3. We see how black men, that's what she wants. She said a minority, but black men, entry level, makes, there's 7% of men, black men who make 100,000 a year. Can look it up. May range, may say 6.9, 7.1, whatever the case may be here. Totality, all men make around 10.1, 10.2% of that are 100,000. Doesn't matter if you're white, black, Puerto Rican, Mexican, doesn't matter the race here. About 10.1, 10.2% of the United States men. So you want to go to the fact that you want to get a black man, and then not only do you want 1%, top 1% when you get over the $250,000 bracket, which she stated initially, she wants $1 million. So we're talking about the 0.00001% of men. And then she has all these needs, all these wants, and on top of that, she's 27 years old. Here's the thing, a good thing we can say, hey, that dude, you might be doing too hard on her. She is a beautiful woman. She has no kids. She can get that guy. Okay. Let's break this down even more. Possibility and probability. Is it possible a woman like this can get a man like this? Yes, it's possible. At the same time, it is possible for me to win the lotto. But what are the probabilities here of finding said man? Because if she is 27 right now with these kind of looks, and they said she's already dated a millionaire and he didn't marry her, what are the odds of finding the second millionaire and think that he's gonna lock her down? These are questions that guys ask, ladies. If you already had a situation, you walked away from it, why do we think we're gonna think things gonna be different this time here? We see your past when we ask this here, and we're gonna judge, is she gonna do the same thing to me in the current, present, and the future? And if you have a history of making bad decisions, whether you realize it or not, we're just gonna look at you as a fun toy and keep it moving, but we're not gonna take you seriously. Comment, like, subscribe, click on that bell notification below. There is so much in this video here, but I'm stopping now because this is a reaction here. But like I stated, if you guys want more, if you want to run this back here and get additional details from this woman here, we can do that here. And also too, I want to pose another question. Where do you rank her? Is she along the lines with Beyonce and Kelly and Rihanna? Because that's been a heavy debate in my comment section. I want to hear from you guys. But until next time, I'm that dude named Dave. See y'all later, YouTube world.